Okay, so if you are hoping for a massive redesign with the Google's Pixel 11 models, mostly 11 Pro and 11 Pro XL, no, that's not happening. You're gonna be disappointed by this, but here's the truth. This year we are getting a very tiny change. And the two you have to look for, because even if you look at the dimensions, it matches even to the Google's Pixel 9 Pro and 9 Pro XL model as well. As Google said earlier that they will use one design for at least 2 years or maybe 3 years. So this is the third year they are using the same design as the Pixel 9 model. Yeah, surely it's a very aesthetically pleasing design, but no design changes this year. That will happen probably with the Google's Pixel 12 models, but we will discuss it later. What we are seeing as a change, well, if you look at the back, the camera housing's glass part is now extended from all the way left side to the right side. So now it also includes the flash. The skin temperature sensor is gone finally, because it was already useless, and now the flash is positioned in the middle. So what else has changed in the design? Nothing. If you look at the dimensions, there is very slight difference, about 0.01 millimeters, and that mostly has to do with the bezel size. Yeah, we are expecting the bezels to be much more thinner than they are in the current models. So that is probably going to be the biggest change. Now, there could be changes to the display technology, or even the brightness, but as of now, these are very early leaks, so we don't have any infos about those. And these are all thanks to own leaks. Now, the smaller Pixel 11 Pro will actually get a 5000 mAh battery, which is a good upgrade if you look at the latest model, which had 4870 mAh or so battery. So this is a fairly good upgrade. But the bigger model, the Pixel 11 Pro XL, is not getting any battery change. It's still going to be 5200 mAh, which was similar to the Pixel 10 Pro XL. There is a chance that we might see a charging upgrade, which last year for the Pro was only 30 watts at the max, and for the Pro XL it was 45 watts. So that could actually change this year. The screen size and everything will be similar. It's just the bezels will be slightly more thinner. Now, the starting storage for the 11 Pro this year again will be 128 GB, and that's kind of disappointing. Google should have went with 256 GB, just like what Samsung or even Apple is doing. So I will keep an eye on this thing, but the Pixel 11 Pro XL model will still come with a 256 GB of storage, but both of them will actually come with 16 GB of RAM. And then there is the biggest change, the Tensor G6 processor. But don't look at the numbers because they are very weak, and this is mostly because this is on a prototype unit. But what we can see from the configuration is that it is a 7-core configuration, which is kind of weird. It has one ARM C1 Ultra core clocked at 4.11 GHz, 4 ARM C1 Pro cores running at 3.38 GHz, mostly like as a performance cores, and then there are 2 C1 Pro cores, similar cores but running at 2.65 GHz, serving as efficiency cores. It's now 7-core structure rather than 8-core on the Tensor G5. Pretty weird. The GPU is different too. PowerView C series CXTP 481536 GPU, which is mentioned here. This is different from the Pixel 10 Pro XL, but how different that is, we still don't know. But we know one thing, the Pixel Tensor G6 processor is expected to drop the Samsung's modem in favor of MediaTek M90. And this is a big upgrade for people who are suffering with network issues on the Pixels. Once I get to know anything more about the Pixel 11 Pro series, or even more about the Pixel, I'll surely gonna tell you guys. So let me know about your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, what you think about this whole new change. Is it a good upgrade if you're owning the Pixel 9 Pro or 9 Pro XL? Let me know.
And yes, if you want, you can get some crazy cool wallpapers up on my website. A link down below. Until the next one, bye and take care.